Before we begin, work at night changes how you see the world. Places feel different. People act differently. And some things only happen when most of the world is asleep. These stories come from people who worked while you sleep. Take a breath and listen carefully. Story 1. The office floor that wasn't empty. I worked overnight cleaning offices. Just me, a cart, and a building that never quite felt empty. Most floors were quiet. Desks, cubicles, dark screens. But the 7th floor was different. The lights were always on, even though no one worked there anymore. I asked my supervisor once. He said to clean it anyway. Just don't stay long. That night, I heard typing, soft, steady, coming from the far end of the floor. I assumed someone forgot to log out. I walked closer. The sound stopped. Every monitor was off, but one chair was warm, like someone had just stood up. I finished quickly and left. The next morning, my supervisor asked why I skipped half the floor. I told him about the typing. He went quiet, said no one had access to that floor at night. They stopped assigning me that floor. They never explained why. The next story happens in a place that's supposed to feel safe, even at night. Story 2. The patient who wasn't on any chart. I worked night shifts at a small hospital in a small town. Fewer staff. Longer hallways, flickering lights, same patients, same routine. At around 2 a.m., I got a call from a room I didn't recognize check in any patient. No name on the screen, just a number. Curious, I stood and went to check. Inside the room, a man sat upright in bed. Heart monitor running. He looked calm, too calm. He asked what time it was. I told him it was 2 a.m. He nodded, said he'd been waiting. I checked the chart. There wasn't one. No name, no admission record. A chill run down my spine. I didn't recognize that man. I stepped out to ask the other nurse. She checked, and, according to the system, that room was empty. When we went back together, the bed was neatly made. No equipment, no patient. The light from the call button in the hall, still flickering. Maintenance shut that room down. They said the wiring was faulty. But the call button still works.
Night work means fewer witnesses. Sometimes none at all. Story 3. Warehouse robbery attempt. I worked as a security at a distribution warehouse in the graveyard shift. It's an easy job, a little boring. Mostly walking routes, checking doors, occasionally scaring a rat or a cat. One night, the radio crackled. A call sign came through from another channel. A voice, hard to understand, asking for a status check. I froze. I work alone. How and why would someone ask for a status check? With hesitation, I replied. I told them my location, and the status was no disturbances. Thinking back, I don't know why I did that. Maybe it was some kids doing a prank or something. There was a pause. Then a voice came back, asking, "Are you sure?" followed by a laugh. All of a sudden, I heard a padlock and a doorknob moving, like if someone was trying to break in. I never had any kind of problems in this job, never any attempts of any kind. Look, this was an easy job. I never expected to have to fight. My fight-or-flight instinct kicked in, fearing for my life. I shout, "I have a gun, and you are trespassing. I will shoot." And then silence, followed by running footsteps from the front and the back of the warehouse. My guess is they were trying to break in to steal something, probably communicating by radio, and by some luck, I received a transmission that wasn't for me. The scary part? I don't carry a gun.
This one happened outside, where the night feels unbroken. Story 4. The Last Fare of the Night. I drove a night taxi for years. You learn patterns, bars closing, airports quieting. One night, at 3:40 a.m., a man flagged me down on a residential street. No luggage, no briefcase, no nothing. He gave an address, just one word: home. Since I hoped this was my last fare of the night, I entertained myself with the prospect. Or maybe I was just too tired, so I asked, "Sure, my friend, let's head home. Where exactly would that be?" Just one word came from him once again: drive. A little scared but curious, I drove. Since he was wearing nice clothes, I thought it was okay. I mean, I've already had a few passengers that just want to cool off the head with a little fare, so I assumed we would drive around the block and return to the same place where I picked him up, his house. He didn't speak, didn't move. When we arrived, he didn't get out. I turned to look at him. The seat was empty. The door had never opened. The meter showed a completed trip, paid in cash. I found the bills folded neatly on the seat. I stopped driving nights after that. Some passengers don't leave you. That's where we'll end tonight. Night work shows you things most people never see. Some of them stay with you. If you're listening late and your place feels a little too quiet, that's normal. Or is it? Good night.